Hello! I have 3 more tips on ways you can save some time when you're making your Valami masks. I hope you like them. The first one is that you can use your rotary cutter to cut out the masks. I was very excited when I did it with 1 layer, and then I heard that Valley does it with 4 layers, so that's what I do now. And I can't tell you how exciting it is to cut 4 out at once. I also want to let you know this is, if you're not experienced using this, it's very sharp, people get hurt. If you don't feel like you have good control, maybe you shouldn't try it. In any case, be careful, go slow, don't get distracted, don't be in a hurry. So I have 4 layers. You can test it with 2 layers, whatever you want to, and see what works for you. I'm using a rotary cutter ruler to kind of protect my fingers. I'm going to do the straight sides first. I'm going to line it up so I don't cut off any of the paper pattern. And then I'm going to just run along the edge. I like using a small mat that I can spin around. And then I'm going to do the second edge. I like my big cutter. I think you could do it with a smaller one. It helps if it's sharp, but you got to watch your fingers. So if you have a curve, you can still use the ruler to try to protect your fingers. I line it up along the edge again. And then when I get to the part where it starts to curve, I just move the ruler as I need to still run the cutter along the edge of the pattern. Okay. The upper edge, I've done this a lot, so I'm not going to use a ruler. If you decide to do that, please watch out for your fingers. Go slow and be careful. As you do this more, you'll get more comfortable. Not so comfortable that you want to be careless, but I just go slow. I haven't cut myself yet, fingers crossed. Okay. That's not perfect here, but I can come back and clean up those little bits. I think it's probably easier to do it when you're not trying to film at the same time. Okay, so don't move anything yet, because here comes tip number 2. You can, while they're all together, you've got 4, I've got 4 stacked, take your scissors and do the little clips for the pleats on the top and the bottom and the sides. You can go all the way around and you've got them all cut out and the pleats all marked. So the next thing to do is to cut out the lining pieces. So have your lining pieces, have the edges finished already, either with the double hem or if you've used the serger. In either case, these are at the proper size right now. So you won't have to cut the sides. You'll lay this in place, put your weights on again if you want. If you don't have pattern weights, use a can of soup or something. This just keeps things from shifting. So you'll do the same thing. You'll rotary cut the top edge and the bottom edge. And then tip number 3 is when you go to sew. So I have the lining on top of the main mask piece. And there are diamonds on the patterns that show you how far you need to stitch down to attach the lining to the front. Instead of marking those, what I did was cut a post-it 1.5 inches square, which is what this measurement is on the adult pattern. It's probably different on the child's pattern. So if you're making them for children, measure and see how long this distance is. So that is 1.5 inches. So what I do is, as I'm sewing it, I just stick that on, I sew down to the end, and then I move it, and I do the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And then I haven't had to mark anything. So I hope this helps. Have a good day.